Hi guys, today I'm here to talk about the one and only Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, and oh my gosh, this book. I like that Rowan likes her clothes and that he talks about this dress and how she should wear it, and then she does, like the night that, she goes to see Aelin and stuff. I think one of my favorite parts between them is when he, gets back and she's instantly like pulls him into the room and like is talking to each other, and then, the bath and everything. And then he's like, well, where should I sleep? And she's like, well, come on, like old times. And he's like appalled because talking about how like what will people think and blah blah blah. And for some reason it just cracked me up. I don't know, I just thought it was super cute. And then they do like end up sleeping in the same bed together, just like an Air of Fire. But then the nightgown, like that whole part was just great. Oh my goodness. He's like, whenever Rowan's like, where's the bottom part? Oh, then the part when she goes, is there a specific color you'd like me to wear? If I'm going to scandalize you, I should at least do it in something you like. And then he's like, gold. And then of course he saved her life and he took the arrow for her. And she tells him, this is when I really was just, I was so happy, and I know this is like for real. And how for the first time ever, she tells him, you make me want to live, Rowan. Not survive, not exist, live. And that's when I knew that, like, we've been through so much with Aelin. We've been through so many relationships, and she's lost so many people. She has done so much in her life, and she's so young still. But when she freaking said that, I just melted, and I knew that it was real, and it made me so happy to hear her say that, because she has just always been so self-sacrificing, and so many times she has just thrown herself to the wolves and not cared if she lived or died, and now she finally has something to live for, and I think that's beautiful. I'm also not going to read this whole quote, but the part when Rowan tells Aelin that he missed her, and that even though there was like just an ocean between them, that he had been so afraid whenever Lorcan had that knife to her throat that he wouldn't get to tell her it. And at the end he said, but if it was death separating us, I would find you. I don't care how many rules it would break. Even if I had to get all 3 keys myself and open a gate, I would find you again. Always. Oh. I'm gonna stop gushing for now. I'm sorry. It's just so hard to stop. I'm gonna stop gushing for now. But just, I love them so much. I love them. I'm not gonna really spend much time talking about Chaol. He joins the rebel cause, but I felt like at the same time his heart's not even in it. I think it's just like kind of, he's just like, where else do I go? I don't have a title. I don't have a woman. I don't have a home. I'm an oathbreaker, blah, blah, blah. I got really mad whenever Chaol called Aelin a monster, and how he doesn't think that magic should be released and blah, blah, blah. I mean, right now, the main people that are hurting from not having magic are the good guys. So if Aelin had magic, she could potentially save Dorian. She could kill the king. Like, to me, it's very obvious that they needed to release magic and that Chaol's just dumb. I do get that, as a human, he's kind of worried, like, who's gonna check Aelin's power and stuff, and I get that, but if he had really thought things through, he would understand about that. Also, I hated how he was like, you're a liar, blah, 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 you tried to kill Dorian. Aelin has seen more than Chaol, and Aelin has fought the Vogue princes, and she remembered how happy that guy was to have died at the end, whenever she, she freed him, basically. She was doing the best thing that she knew how, and she was showing Dorian mercy, or trying to, because she didn't know that Dorian was still in there, and she just knew what she knew. When he called her a monster, though, ugh. I love, though, whenever Rowan is saying, like, if you're a monster, I'm a monster, and it reminded me so much of The Notebook, whenever he goes, if you're a bird, I'm a bird. Aww. At the end, though, by the end, I will say I do respect Chaol. I'm happy that it took him a while, but I am happy with how much loyalty he showed to Dorian, how far he went for Dorian. He, at the end, like, when I thought he was dead, I also really felt bad. I was sad that he had died. I didn't want him to die. But at the same time, I was like, I respect him. He sacrificed himself for Dorian, so Aelin could save Dorian. Really happy he's not actually dead, and I feel like a lot's changed in just that end last part of the book for him. So I'm feeling like I won't be so annoyed with him in these last 2 books. Hopefully, you know, because the first 2 books I liked him a lot. Books 3 and 4, he was really annoying for me. He was a really annoying character. For me. So I'm hoping that books 5 and 6, he's kind of back to in the beginning. And I think that he will have found, like, he's got his one true King Dorian, who he's been loyal to the whole time. It's just in the middle, he kind of was making me mad. Manon's chapters, I felt like it kind of was like book 3. They started out and I thought they were kind of okay, but then later on I thought they got really interesting. Mainly, the whole demon baby thing was just kind of gross and creepy and like, ugh. And, Caltaine, never have known how to say her name. She is so crazy awesome with her shadow fire. It's so creepy. I like that at the end she gave the word key to Aelin. And, so she's off trying to find Aelin and, well, actually Selena, but she doesn't know that she's Aelin. I like that Kilton got to just kind of one final little, like, got to get back to those people. She burned it all up. She really set back their progress. She got to release those poor witches that were in so much misery. She killed those nasty babies, so that's good. And I guess the Duke got away and stuff, so that sucks. But I really felt for her at the end, and I just thought the way she went was amazing, and I really feel so bad every time I think back to Throne of Glass. But she was a totally different character then, and I kind of hated her then, but I felt like I had reason to. But I like her a lot more now. I'm sorry she's dead and that her life was so miserable, but she was a really strong, amazing character. One that was on the sidelines, but I still think she's like really incredible. The whole part about, you know, are monsters created or are they made? With her second, oh, that just tore me apart. Astrid, I think that's how you say it. How she stood her ground and she took the beatings and the demotions and that she didn't care. Oh gosh, her story was just heart-wrenching. When she found love, and when she became pregnant, and then the stillborn, all that stuff was terrible. And we all knew that Manon's grandmother was horrible, right? But I didn't realize how terrible she was maybe until like this book. And then there was that quote when Manon says, "What is it like to love?" And Astrid says, "It was like dying a little every day. It was like being alive too. It was joy so complete, it was pain. It destroyed me and unmade me and forged me. I hated it because I knew I couldn't escape it, and I knew it would forever change me." And it was really sad that Manon has to ask someone what love's like, and how Manon, her heart's thawing, and I love that. It's sad because now all these emotions she's like repressed are coming out, but I like that she has hope at the end, and I really am excited to see where like her story continues in the future, just because I feel like now the whole game has changed with her and her 13. I still love Abraxas. Aelin and her had a really interesting relationship. But really quick, I'm really confused about Aelin because, so I had no idea she was a witch. That surprised me. But how is she able to choose her blood? I don't understand that. Like, what? I didn't know she, like, meant that literally. I choose to bleed blue and, like, cuts herself and it's blue. Or if she just meant, like, you can choose as in to join us or not. I saw online, this was not my idea, someone talked about how what if she was a Croatian witch. I think that's how you say it, Croatian. But someone had said what if she was, and that would make a lot of sense for the future books with Manon. Yeah, so I don't know, we'll see. I did say, like earlier, I loved Manon's encounter with Aelin and how she was gonna let her know, she was gonna let her go because she thought of Aelin and the hope and that whole thing. But then Aelin, or supposedly she was gonna let her go. But then Aelin talks about killing Baba Yellowlegs. Oh yeah, and she's like, you're dead. That was such an epic scene, and they're so scary, they're so scary. Manon is super scary. But then Aelin saved her life, which I loved, and then she had the whole life debt thing, and then she let Aelin know about Dorian, and then there was that weird moment at the end when Manon's like looking up at Dorian. I think that something could be there in their future. I haven't really heard anyone talk about that, maybe not. But I believe that Sarah does not just throw things in for no reason. I think that there's something there, possibly, maybe. I think we'll just have to see. I don't know. Same with Lysandra and Aedion. There were some little things thrown around at the end there. I don't know if you guys caught that. So they could become something in the future. Who knows? I do want to talk about how, like, Aelin changed so much. Like, I am so proud of her. I'm so proud of Aelin, aka fire-breathing bitch queen. She is incredible. She could forgive the girl who had needed a captain of the guard to offer stability after a year in hell, whenever she got out of Endovier. Forgive the girl who had needed a captain to be her champion, but she was her own champion now. Yes! Yes! You go, girl. Yeah, the whole thing with Arabin, and I was really surprised that she wasn't the one to kill him, because I always had this like epic battle in my head of like what would happen. But I think at the same time it was really appropriate that Lysandra killed him, because, I mean, in some ways, Lysandra had just as much taken away from her as Aelin, in just kind of different ways. So another really big change from Celaena to Aelin was that Aelin doesn't buy things for herself. Celaena in the past books has always bought tons of things for herself. Clothes, books, etc. And she's always had a taste for luxury. And in this book, she doesn't buy anything. She puts all of her money towards her friends and just her future in Terrasen and like her people. I loved when she outsmarted Arabin and all that stuff with the money. That was really like cool. But the whole, yeah, whenever you learned about how Lysandra, like what she had done to save the little girl, and then when Aelin like paid off her debts, it was just so sweet. And it's so cool. She's a shapeshifter. It was really sad when she was talking about how she doesn't even remember her own face anymore, and that she, you know, has been stuck in this body, which was really sad as well. I haven't really talked much about Aedion, but I'm kind of like been talking for too long. I'm running out of time. Just know that I was super happy that him and Aelin got to come together and that they just got to be reunited. I did feel really bad for him about the blood oath part in the very beginning. I was like, oh, so when is this, you know, bomb gonna drop? And he's gonna freak out. I did get a little irritated with him though, because I like Aedion, but I just think he overreacted. She had said something, like when he was talking about how without the blood oath he was just a general, just a landless prince, blah blah blah. Just calm down, okay, Aedion? Life is gonna be fine. You're reunited with Aelin. You're going back to Terrasen. Like, you're not about to die. Just chill. And to wrap up this extremely long review, thank you, by the way. If you're still here, you rock. The Duke. Who saw that coming? No one. That he has been in power the whole time. He has stepped back and made it seem like the king was in power when for sure he's been controlling him. Apparently they've released this Irwan, or however you say his name. So yeah, I was really shocked when the king was killed, by the way, because I was like, really? Is books 5 and 6 just gonna be like them rebuilding Terrasen, and I guess maybe the enemy sort of is gonna be like Mauve, maybe? Really? Like the king's dead? Little did I know that just like his sidekick, the king, is dead, and Erwan is still alive and well, living in the Duke's body. So I guess also the Duke must just have one word key now, correct? Because Aelin has one, Elide has one going to Aelin, and I guess the Duke has one? I don't know. Tell me your thoughts on that. Tell me if you guessed it. I didn't believe the king at first, but now I do. And like, it's just, I'm so scared for these next books. I'm really scared for the witch's weapon. I'm terrified about that. And I'm terrified about Manon's grandmother. Pretty sure it's going to come down to a showdown between Manon and her grandmother. Pretty sure. I'm sorry that I talked so long, but this book is fantastic and amazing, and I love it, and I would love to talk to you guys more about it in the comment section, so please go tell me your favorite character, your favorite part, all that stuff, what you think is going to happen, and just everything, anything and everything. Let's talk about it. I love you guys so much, and I'm so excited. I hate that we have to wait a whole nother year for book 5, but it'll be worth it. I love you guys, and I will see you next time in my next video. Bye!